got a problem. Let's start with Derek Mackay. When Derek Mackay's story came out that he'd been sort of chatting up a schoolboy, then the Sun newspaper let the SNP know what was happening, and this is what happened. 2 hours after it alerted Sturgeon's office to the story, the Sun said, her office emailed the paper to claim that publication could be an intrusion into private and family life. In other words, they tried to keep it secret. Even something that was so obviously scandalous and rendered him unfit for office, they tried to hush it up. And when you hear that, it just makes you wonder, how many times do they succeed in hushing up stories? I mean, the list of SNP scandals is as long as your arm, but how many more have been kept out of the media? Who knows? I mean, just last week we had government ministers taking court action to stop publication of a paragraph by Nicola Sturgeon, again, using the law to keep things out of the public domain, to keep secrets, in other words. Now, along this line, we can now come on to the rumours that have been rife for a long time about Nicola Sturgeon's private life. You might well have heard them. Are they true? I don't know. I'm not asserting that they're true. I'm not suggesting that they're true. I'm not going to say what the rumours are, because the purpose of this video is to talk about a new policy that the Scottish Family Party has adopted. Because these rumours about Nicola Sturgeon's private life, they're important because they have bearing on her honesty or otherwise with the people of Scotland. Now, these rumours have been reported in the media, that their existence has been reported in the media, but not their content. And also Nicola Sturgeon has denied them in the media as well. And there's also rumour that she's got an interdict, that's the Scottish version of like a court injunction, that prevents the media from reporting what these rumours are. And also, it's thought that this interdict actually prevents the reporting of the existence of the interdict as well. Now, is that true? Does this interdict exist? I don't know. You don't know either, I assume, but it might be. So let's have a look at this from the Sun newspaper. Off the wall, Nicola Sturgeon laughs off salacious rumours about exotic double life amid wild gossip at Holyrood and Westminster. So this is from the Sun, February 2020. This is what it says in the article. Gossip about Miss Sturgeon has been circulating for several years in political circles and on social media, but the claims which her top aides have been aware of have intensified in recent months. The rumours relate to Miss Sturgeon's private life, but details cannot be disclosed for legal reasons. So that certainly looks like the Sun didn't report the content of the rumours because legally they were not allowed to. So you end up with this sort of strange news story that there's rumours that the newspaper doesn't tell you what they are, but they say that Nicola Sturgeon is denying them. Now, when I read that article back in February, I thought, if this interdict exists, surely the Sun's pushing the luck here. Can they get away with saying there are legal reasons for not disclosing the content of these rumours? I'd have thought that would be contradicting the interdict. How do they get away with that? But then, lo and behold, look a few months later at that same story on the Sun's website, and it's changed. The text has been edited. So instead of saying the claims, it now says the false claims, and the line about not being able to discuss them for legal reasons, that line has been deleted. And that's what you might expect if the interdict does exist that prevents mention of itself. So the Sun had to delete the later line. Now, am I sure that's what happened? No, not at all. I don't know. But the facts are consistent with the existence of an interdict and a phone call from the SNP or Nicola Sturgeon's lawyers saying, Sun newspaper, you're not allowed to refer to the legal restrictions. You better delete that line. So the Sun would have got their lawyers on the case, and eventually they might have thought, we better delete it. So if someone were to look at this and make some sort of inference to the best explanation, they might well come to the conclusion that it seems likely that the interdict does exist, and it did prevent the Sun from publishing the rumours, and it also prevented them from referring to the legal restrictions on publishing the rumours. I might be wrong, but that would seem to make sense, wouldn't it? So it certainly seems very consistent with the evidence that this interdict does exist. But as I say, I don't know, and you don't know either. And I think this is an unsatisfactory state of affairs. In one sense, it could be unfair to Nicola Sturgeon that she has to be under suspicion because people think that maybe there's an interdict. Maybe this is all true and people have got lots of evidence. The only reason it's not been reported is for legal reasons. But Nicola Sturgeon shouldn't have to face that suspicion, because these sort of interdicts shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be possible to get one. Just to let you know at this point, we did a Freedom of Information request to the Scottish courts asking if there was an interdict about Nicola Sturgeon and her private life, and the reply came back saying it was too difficult to find out, and even if they could find out, they wouldn't tell us in any case. Right, the other reason is it's unfair to the electorate, because information relevant to assessing Nicola Sturgeon's character is possibly, we don't know, being kept secret, and that's wrong. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is removing the possibility of keeping such stories out of the public domain by legal means. Now, an interdict might be relevant, for example, to stop reporting about the personal life of family members, about a medical diagnosis, about your holiday plans, whatever. Those things should be confidential, no problem about that. But something like being unfaithful in marriage, getting drunk, being on drugs or whatever, things like that, it shouldn't be possible to keep those things out of the public domain. So the Scottish Family Party conference just last week, we passed a motion enacting a new policy, and that policy is that legal means should not be available to keep information relevant to the character, integrity and honesty of public figures out of the public domain. Now, as far as Nicola Sturgeon is concerned, these rumours might be completely false. It might be entirely smoke without fire. Maybe there's no interdict in the case of Nicola Sturgeon, but the unverifiable suspicion of an interdict casts an impenetrable cloak of uncertainty over the whole affair. And that's not fair to public figures or to the electorate. We need to trust politicians. We need to know that they're not keeping relevant aspects of their personal life secret from us. So with the Scottish Family Party's policy, they wouldn't be able to. Right, if you want to support the Scottish Family Party, do join us via the link below. And thanks for watching.